We are unmuted. Hello, hello, everyone. I'm your host, Eli the Fatigued, and today, once again, I am joined by aka Preston, which
Hello, Tubies and Twitchies and everyone in between.
indeed, for Twitch, I'm sorry, I'm quite a bit late. It is actually entirely my fault this time around, like usual. But anyway, I was playing Minecraft. I may or may not be starting to put together a mod pack of my own. I will say I based it off of another mod pack. I won't say what it is unless I start recording it. Then I'll let you guys know what mod pack I based it off of, just because I'm pretty sure that's like courtesy. At the very least, it's courtesy, if not required. Anyway, there we go. Change the scene. We now have full screen instead of the welcome screen. Hello, everyone. We are back in World of Warcraft Shadowlands.
Full
Words.
screen beauty.
Anyway, we were doing Revendreth, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty sure that's where
We're
we're
close to finishing.
Yes,
I think.
we're about a little over halfway through by the looks of it, so hopefully we'll finish tonight. That would
So
be my hope.
pretty close.
Tomato, tomato. Anyway, we should probably get started just so that we can try and finish tonight. I think the last couple chapters go by pretty fast, but I really would like to choose a covenant tonight so that we don't have to wait till Wednesday to choose one. It'd save a lot of work on our end. Anyway, all right, let's go. Alrighty. Oh, by the way, guys, I have updated Preston's gear. You can see he has 41,000 HP, which you wouldn't normally have when you just turned level 60.
Greetings, mortal.
All right, we're going to Wayne Crypt Hill. Do you have that flight path? Yes, you should. It's down the bottom middle.
Bottom middle.
Of Revendreth. Sorry. That's what I should be clarifying that.
Oh, Wayne Crypt Hill.
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, cool. Alrighty. We're on our way to that. I really need to, I should have uploaded my timers for Shadowlands to this in-flight timer thing. Because I updated it and everything got reset, sadly, so I don't think I can give any of the timers I'd spent like a month doing. So, it's fine. Not the end of the world as we know it. Because I feel fine.
Maybe as we know it.
So, Preston and Starlight have been working on potentially... Is it okay if I share this, Preston?
Sure, as long as I'm able to give some disclaimers afterwards.
Fair. Anyway, Preston and Starlight are working on their gaming channels. Starlight's has literally just been created, and I think Preston's also has technically, quote-unquote.
Technically.
Yeah. So there's no videos, there's nothing on it, either one of them, but they're working on getting that set up. I think Starlight wants to do some stuff solo, even. So I won't say what it is, just so I don't spoil any potential surprise, question mark. And then, okay, yeah, go ahead and your disclaimers, Preston.
Okay. Yeah, my first disclaimer is I am not really what I would call a gamer. So I'm not very regular. And by that I don't mean I don't mean in a physiological sense.
That's fair.
But yes, I'm not a regular uploader, or I won't be. Just kind of as I have time and as I'm able to play and record and such.
And I think your stuff's going to be a little bit more well, to be fair, I don't really edit my videos except in the cases of someone says like personal information. So you're definitely going to be edited more than mine, probably.
Yeah, it will be straight to YouTube. It won't be streamed or anything like that,
Pause.
so it'll be edited.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, this is Stonehead.
Yes. Release me immediately.
Fine. Me not lonely.
Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong... Oh, whoops. My bad.
Oh, I feel kind of bad for him.
No
We have to do the quest and then talk to him about stuff.
Right.
You not bad, bud.
You good bud. I'm pretty sure, like, because I have flying, that I would be able to go over his head, like, over the wall, but I don't think that'll work for the quest.
I don't imagine.
So, Preston, I'm just going to let you know, you don't have to worry about these guys. They have a quarter of your HP. On top of the fact...
Forbidden Trappers?
Like, no, just basically, as long as we're doing anything other than the 4th section, Shadowlands, you don't have to worry about enemies, like, at all. Especially with me as a healer. So you're basically going to be tank. You can do it.
I'm gonna do it.
See how much damage you do? Watch.
Wow.
That's so, isn't your item level like 219 like mine?
Yeah, it is.
Yep. So I gave us both, just to let you guys know, I gave us both 233 gear and 229, like, some stuff 229, like weapons, because you can't craft weapons in Shadowlands, which is one of the stupidest things. And then also a 262, and a bunch of different gear has, like, progenitor enhancements as well. So we don't really have to worry about enemies for probably until Zerath Mortis, the last section.
Awesome.
Just gonna aggro all these jerks.
I like the sound of that.
A worthy subject. Let us begin.
Yes. Aggro all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Woodward. Woodward. Nice.
Because you deal... Oh, there we go. There's it. There it is. Because you deal so much damage, on top of the fact that I can heal us, like, really well. And we don't really take much damage in general.
It's gonna be a breeze.
Normally new players do not have such things. So...
I am very privileged.
Yes. You're privileged to know someone who has no life. And that which has no life, really be killed. I do not know, for I have no life.
So, no?
I guess.
I'm gonna guess you can't die.
Uh...
Oh, there's that calligraphy set.
Oh, you just barely got it? I got 2 already.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Sorry, I should have not have unmuted myself there, because I did not finish coughing before the end of that.
Excuse me. I'm here to rob you.
I don't have a target.
Okay. Forge your letter of condemnation, not commendation, mind you.
Condemnation.
My
This is
dearest...
what they did for Twitter.
My dearest Stonehead, this bad bud, their crimes include
Whoever touched this letter last.
overthinking every little decision they make. They are to be confined within the Ember Ward's walls for 12 minutes.
Oh, write a fake name?
Sincerely,
Oh, I don't get to choose.
no, very truly yours, Stonehead.
Their crimes include talking without ceasing. They are to be confined within the Ember Ward's walls for
Oop. No, that's
12
Streamlabs
minutes.
side.
Choose a valediction. Insincerely, The Lord Chamberlain.
Read the bottommost
aka
one.
Butthead.
Read the bottommost one.
Very truly yours, Stonehead.
I always love picking that one just because it's funny. uh,
Stonehead, Butthead. How many other heads are there here?
many.
Well, many are better than one.
Mm-hmm.
No pass.
No pass. Sign your own death warrant. Bad buds come with bad paper. This bad paper look very bad.
Oh, paper got fancy stamp and big words. Obviously, I can read all this, and it definitely says what you say it says.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Okay, you're out of here, bad bud.
Because it's very, very obvious that he cannot read.
Very obvious. But, I mean, who am I to judge?
That was you, not me. There we go.
Lost troop, double dupe. Seas
Okay.
wonders, break awake.
We
Hot chase, keep pace.
hot chase, keep pace. Goodness. Wait, oh shoot, I didn't.
House
There we go.
of bad, sad,
Hello?
sad.
A hollow
Wentest?
rock.
House of mad.
Whoa, where'd you go?
Gad, gad, gad.
I don't know what this does. I've never actually seen that before. Okay, I'm gonna ignore it. It's fine.
Oh,
I was looking at something I had never noticed before.
I thought something happened.
Fox the fox, laughing stocks, poppycocks.
Is that you, Tubbins? Did you receive my message? No, you are no Tubbins at all.
Tuppence a bag.
Forgive my poor manners.
The
Would
Mad
you care
Duke
for a
himself.
pot of tea?
I'm afraid I've no tea to offer you at present. Forgive my poor manners.
A life-changing conversation. I shall
No
remember
tea?
it always.
What am I even doing here?
A most gracious farewell. Allow me to apologize in advance for what I will become out there.
Alright,
Delight
let's go
is
heal stuff.
Oh, he's following me. That's why he keeps running around. I'm like, stop.
Unforgiving.
It's like, stop moving.
Do you have the big nameplates on?
No, I don't currently.
Okay. If you turn them on, followers turn to a blue health bar,
My old friend.
so it's very obvious
Oh,
when
I
they're
see.
following me.
Gotcha.
That's one of the many reasons I love the big hot bar or big nameplates.
Big hot bars.
Indeed. Iron
what do you
bars are the best. Minecraft, sorry.
Oppressive, unbearable light.
That sounded like a restaurant jingle.
It's too far away.
Excuse me, ghoul. You're not cool.
You're such a fool. Got my mind on my money.
Hello, darkness, my old
Oh,
friend.
that was the 5000 version. Nice. Hello, Crazy Dash Cool.
Raised and dead. What is this?
It is a thing.
Oppressive, make it stop. Everything burns.
So I see his willpower is diminishing.
Everything.
I don't know that it actually does anything.
What a spicy aroma.
I've never
You
noticed
would make a
that his
great
willpower
tea.
actually like diminishes or anything.
Curse the lie.
Interesting.
I think it's just a flavor thing, you know.
Strawberry?
No. Dirt.
Curse the
Oh.
lie.
Close enough.
Burned dirt. to be exact. The most delicious.
You know, I think strawberries grow best in burned dirt.
You're probably not wrong. I mean, that's why they... Well, no, that's... Okay. I was about to say that's why they do a lot of farming around volcanoes, but it's like... It's not because it's burned dirt, technically. It's just still got a lot of, like, minerals and stuff in it, I think.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff that plants like. Ooh, right.
What else plants like?
Water, sunlight, stuff, and
Damn.
things. Oh, right. I was gonna mention some more Minecraft stuff. So my Minecraft has been pretty crazy. I was telling Preston before we started the stream. It's really crazy ridiculous because I've got it to where mobs can see me from 64 blocks away, and they can shoot at me from that far away if they're ranged. Which makes the Nether horrifying, especially when you have Black Widow spiders from Erebus. They just come at you from every direction.
At least I die.
It's like really scary because I'm not good with spiders.
That shall teach you some manners, ruffian.
So that is definitely... Yeah, it's definitely a terrifying thing just to see spiders on the map coming at you from every direction. Then I also added a mod called Scaling Health or something like that. It scales your health and mob health and their damage and stuff by days and such and stuff like that. And it's actually a little scary. I like it a lot. I think the main reason vanilla Minecraft is boring to me is that it poses no real challenge. I don't want to do hardcore though because I like progression and I don't like losing progression. Losing progression is one of my least favorite things ever.
So you would never try something like RL Craft or anything like that?
Oh, I tried it, dude. I did not like it.
It's fun to watch other people play, but I would not enjoy it.
A stackable stag. Do you see that? Someone set down a stackable stag. Do I have a stack? I think I may have a stackable stag. Hang on. My box.
Stackable stag?
Oh, no. I think I was going to get it, but I never ended up getting it. Sad. Yeah, I don't like RL Craft because it doesn't scale with the player too well. Like, enemies are really dangerous, but it doesn't feel like you get that wrong very fast, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah, there's just always a threat.
In my Minecraft world, I may or may not have built a literal castle with murder holes and everything.
Murder holes?
I use trapdoors on the walls, or in between, like, two stone columns, and you can set that every other stone column.
Nice.
Like, it's actually extremely good. Oh my gosh. Because if you do two, well, technically 3 high, so you can have an archway over it, because you need the top one to put the trapdoor down on that, and then flap it down, and then you place it on the bottom block and flap it up, and it acts like murder holes that you can open up at will in order to shoot out of and block enemy projectiles, because skeletons can shoot you from 64 blocks away.
Right. So it's kind of necessary.
Yes. Alright, this is my least favorite minigame of the entire game. Remember that one... Yeah, you remember that one minigame you really disliked? This is like 3 times worse.
With that guy that I really disliked?
This is 3 times worse. Because you have to grab it as he throws it.
Oh, man.
And if you screw up, you have to wait for him to throw stuff again.
4 parts right rocks.
And I accidentally was getting frustrated with Starlight once because I thought that it showed for both of us, but it's actually individual. and I felt really bad, and I apologized to her because I didn't realize that it was not showing for both of us.
4 parts right
Oh, so he threw it
rocks.
to different places for the
It-
both of you?
Yep.
Ah, I think I missed one.
All right, that's the fourth one. There we go.
4 parts rank rocks.
Mm-hmm.
What? Way over there.
Yeah.
2 parts burning bumps.
Dang it! Was coughing. Ah, shoot. Forgot there was a double one you could go to for the Bernie bumps.
2 parts
my gosh.
burning bumps.
Go.
One part wicked wood.
I don't. Oh, okay. Go teach.
Yeah, thicket thorns are the worst.
All fingers parts prickly pokers.
This is terribly inefficient.
Mm-hmm.
This is the worst way to make tea ever.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm carrying it in my mouth as a cat. I actually like that. Only got 3.
That's
All
cool.
fingers parts prickly
Oh my gosh.
pokers.
Did I get that one? I don't know. Maybe? No, that only gave me 4. Dang it.
All
What did I get? At
fingers
least 3 this
parts
time.
prickly pokers.
I think I see, yep, that, and at least that. Okay, that's fine. Ugh.
Hey, ugh.
Yeah, the
Hey,
thicket
Tuppence,
thorns.
if you're gonna throw them all at once, you might as well just carry them all at once to the pot.
Last pot need teapot. You get Tubbins tired.
Honestly, the thicket, it's the worst.
just
Troubly, bubbly, tastes bad. But Viatos has always
Okay,
had it.
Pokas.
Alright, and I'll wait to turn it in until you're done.
All right.
The teapot's over here, by the way.
Oh,
Right here. Hey. You have to go over to the cauldron.
oh.
Yep, no worries.
Tea's highlight. Highlight cauldron. All right. Worst tea ever.
I'm the pretty one.
Right. It's basically a tea
You
to
always
restore
make
the
Viator
shadows
feel good.
to Theotar's mind, because
Wakey,
the reason this is
wakey.
called the Ember Ward is that it's constantly being burned by the light, which you'll
Miss my old friend,
be told what happened
my
later.
dear Tubbins. Those extravagant new flavors almost make the pain bearable. Tubbins, I presume you've reconstructed my parasol by now?
Yes, Gobbins do good.
Good job, Gubbins.
Indeed, you do, my friend. More than most.
Okay.
Care for a quick stroll?
At this point, you're supposed to have like item level 120 to 130, I think.
Oh, you are walking away.
Well,
Yes?
lucky moi.
It is a beautiful day for a stroll. Will you be joining us, Lady Sibyl?
Shrouded turn when ruins burn. They
Oh,
will
it's a woman.
learn.
Delightful.
Indeed.
Let's take the scenic route.
They may be mad, but he is a duke, and she is a lady.
Tubbins, some tea while we wait?
Ah, man, my nose is not happy. Alright, you know what? There we go. Yeah. And Lost Sybil helps you fight, which is cool.
Oh, interesting.
Tubbins, some tea while we wait?
There we go. Now we can actually travel.
Those shrouded ruffians are quite the bother.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Get.
Blisterback.
There you are, Blisterback. Such a good pup. Let me patch you up real quick.
And Blisterback also helps fight. Growls in acknowledgement of its master. Oh. Herb.
It's too far away.
Gigiki.
There lies the ruffian's lair up on the hill. They shrouded a silent...
Shards and lazy guards in our backyards.
It seems they have sent another emissary to
We
welcome us.
control these lands.
As is their custom.
Control nothing. Die, rocks.
Get destroyed.
All right.
Oh, we needn't dawdle. Some of my favorite strolls have been sprints.
He says he's sprinting. I'm still faster than him. I mean,
That's right.
technically this is running, this is walking, but still.
A little more shade, Gubbins. The flames.
This way or is it this way? It's this way. Let's forget.
Smuggled cash.
We can go back and
You
get
should have
that.
stayed in your fancy little tea parlor, Theater.
Or catchy, as they say in Canada.
It is quite fancy, isn't it? Yes. Thank you for noticing, Marquis.
I love Theatar. Nothing bothers him. He gives zero bleeps.
The Ember World. And a
We could
good
all
day
do
you as
to be a
well,
little more like that.
Marquis.
Agreed.
We must be off.
This is why he's like. This is one of the many reasons he's Starlight's favorite. One of Starlight's favorite characters.
This has been quite the scintillating stroll.
I am just Tree.
Sanctuary is close ahead. Allow me to do the talking.
Empty hull is never full, always dull.
Yes, my mistake. Please allow Lady Sybil to do the talking.
Okay.
Son, Sin, Son.
One, kin, one.
Fun. Twin. We are almost there. Thank you.
Oh, it's so good. I love the Sanctuary of the Mad. This place is great.
George Shards. It's good to see you, Sybil.
The
Oh,
best you
I
could have
love
thought.
happy reunions.
Always here.
So drink some tea.
Unless I ain't.
And that's another reason Starlight likes him. He always wants to
It
drink
is
tea.
a pleasure, more Walker.
Ah, yes.
Lands
Undead
always
Iroh.
sinful.
Well, if that's
I don't know
all
why I was comparing that. It's not as good as the stuff I have. I don't know why I was comparing that
Big
to what I have.
schism, big prism.
Same.
Alright, where is my... I don't even remember what it looks like, dang it. Embalmer's oil. Looks like that. There it is. And what does it do again? Heal yourself. Yeah, okay, so it's actually really good for a heal. So, anyway. Alright, you ready?
Almost.
Sailing stuff.
Lots of stuff to sell.
I think this cape was for Starlight. That's right. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, so I'll just have to remember to get Starlight caught up to us. Which I think can actually she can instantly get caught up to us, thinking about it.
Instantly?
Yeah, because she can skip the storyline as long as she's not level 60, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, once you've completed the storyline, you never have to do the storyline again. In any of the sections. Well, okay.
Oh, that's right.
The first section you can completely skip the story and just do level up quests instead. The second section you technically can skip like the first chapter or two. The third section, I think you can only skip like the first chapter. The fourth section, you skip the first 3 chapters. If that made sense. Apologies.
It's a lot of skippage.
Yeah, no, like, they've made it really good for players who are altaholics like myself. Hello, friends. We're here to turn off your awful lighthouse. It's blinding folks rather than saving them. Thanks. We don't need to do all this. I'm just doing it because it's funny.
Death to the lot of you.
Hello, Breakfast.
A thing.
A thing?
Releasing sword.
Oh yeah,
What?
the swords. Yeah, they follow you around and act as like an enchanted sword that fights alongside you. I believe. I believe that's the
Wait.
case.
Oh, yeah. Oh, apparently I have one in my hand.
Oh. Then I don't know what I'm talking about, obviously. Anyway. Oh
Breakfast.
shoot, we should have gotten this quest first. My bad. Oh well.
It's fine.
We'll just go on another murdering spree. It's fine.
Blech. Mud.
Arm yourself and fight with honor.
It's this one. And this one. There we go.
Lovely.
96%. Well, there's one more monitor there. Black. I should loot these guys.
Joack.
There we go. We have to go here and kill the Grand Monitor lizard bird.
No one
Gargoyle.
escapes the Ember Wall.
Hello. Weird. Ugly witch.
Goodness.
The Master will know.
Oh, so something I've been forgetting to say. 9.2.5 is coming out for WoW. Coming out this Tuesday.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really awesome because they're doing a lot of quality of life changes, like the what's it called? Not the honor, the renown The normal renown skips you to 40 if you've gotten to renown 80 before. But the new setting, I cannot speak. Oh my gosh. This Tuesday with the new release, they're setting it so that it'll skip you to 60 instead of 40, which is huge.
Ah,
Yeah.
that is huge.
And a number of other
Very nice of them.
a number of other awesome features, including the fact that they're going to make it so that players can play cross-faction if they are friends on Battle.net.
Oh, nice.
Which is something players have been wanting, I think, ever since the creation of WoW.
That makes sense.
Because in Warcraft 3, Horde and Alliance were fighting alongside each other against the Burning Legion. And off and on, not even off and on, in most expansions, players were fighting against outside forces rather than the Horde versus Alliance. And so it just makes sense to finally make it so that they can, or that we can play with our Horde counterparts. Because some players, myself included, A, either play both sides, and or B, have friends that are on the opposite side, or C, they want to interact with the entire community and not just, their faction. So I've actually made, I've made a community, a WoW community. Hang on, let me see if I can invite you. I don't have permissions to invite. I forgot to give myself permissions. Dang it. It's fine. I'll do that at the end of the night. But basically, it's like a guild, except without any special rewards. It's basically like a Discord server in WoW, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And they're making it in this new patch update 9.2.5 that you can have cross-faction communities. So you can talk to people in other factions, in the other faction, in that community, which is really cool.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, like for the longest time, the players on both sides have just been bound by arbitrary decisions, and now finally they can make their own decision on whether they want to interact with one another or not, which I think is really a step in the right direction, and they're going to see probably positive player growth from it.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can be sure to see a lot of growth in your community if you make your community open.
Yeah.
It's just obvious.
Yeah. And it's funny that it's taken them this long to realize it, Meh, got that one. Ha 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 ha. Alright, time to leap into the maw again, Preston. Let's go! Do-do-do-do.
Yay!
Whee!
Ho-ho!
Basically.
River.
Goodness.
Demon souls.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, there's a guy there we can kill.
Oh, God.
Is he not already dead?
I mean, technically.
Let's kill him again.
Sorry, I had to mute to cough. I'm here. What's my cleanse? It's the alt, right? Yeah, alt and left click. Sorry. I haven't had to use that yet, so I forgot what it was. It's fine, though.
Eat dice.
Oh, it's alt, not shift. I was using shift. Dang it. It's fine. Not like it lasts that long anyway, to be fair.
Yeah, he's almost down.
Like the mass debilitate, movement speed reduced, time to reduce. It's not that bad, honestly.
Ooh, whaling coin.
Did I really not get any Stygia for them? Oh, that's right. Duh. I'm dumb.
Yeah, I know.
We haven't done stuff that gives us Stygia. It's fine.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. It's the Maw resource. Remember, you can run wild here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's...
Roar.
Roar, roar, indeed. Okay. We're going this way. Sorry,
Sniff Bjork. Bark Bork.
Bark, bork, indeed.
Birdie burger.
I keep forgetting that we're not that far in the storyline, so we can't actually do a lot of stuff in general.
Yeah. Story of my life.
And what can this humble fallen prince for Palia? You were cast into the maw as well. And who is this that... Wait, I recognize you. You are one of Azeroth's champions.
Mm-hmm.
There is no possibility of victory. Oh, is that not exciting?
Alright, we gotta find the cage key now, which is over this way. So these guys we have to worry about slightly, just because they do a lot of damage. Honestly, enemies in the Maw just deal way too much damage. But it shouldn't be too terrible for us, because we have decent item level.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. It's really so much worse when it's, what's the word? When players are, like, sub-item level 150, it's real bad.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the Maw sucks. But I guess, yeah, since
And
we
that's
have...
about where they should be at this point, right?
Yep. You should be at around between 120 and 140 at the max.
So it's meant to be awful.
Oh, yeah, and it sucks. And I think that's one of the reasons that I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to deal with the Maw again.
I cannot leave my
We're going this way.
behind.
We're going this way. Sorry for any background noise, guys. Hello, Mossworn Shackler. How dare you strike me? You know how many times I've had to deal with you Maw jerks? Oh, yeah, he died so fast. Alright, you also need to die.
Die, person. Oh, what's that?
I think those are the shoulders that I gave you that one time. Yep, they are. You just got...
Already known.
Yep. Nice. Well, I love that a lot. Like, 5th enemy killed in the Maw. You get that. That's so great. I'm sorry. That's so funny.
Is it meant to be rare?
Yes. It's actually fairly rare. And that's so amusing to me. Enter. So, I don't think we've done the Torghast together yet. Done the Torghast? Done Torghast together yet.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Mm-mm. I don't think we've done it yet together. So, normally it really sucks. Though I think they scale enemies better in Torghast than in the Maw itself. So that's
The
nice.
inside of this tower defies all traditional logic. We must devise a means of escape.
I can easily move between these massive cell plates.
A cell of anima. Use it to gain power. Eternity to ascend.
Maximum health by 45% or mastery by 9? Mastery would not be bad, but I want to see how much...
No contest.
That's actually not... Yeah, I've got 60,000 HP now. Nice. Let's go. Next floor.
That's not permanent, is it?
No, it's just... It's basically Diablo in WoW. It's like a roguelite in WoW. Because they also have, like, meta progression outside of Torghast. For Torghast, I should say.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so basically it's like a roguelite / Diablo or whatever. It's actually pretty good, except it really sucks.
It's good, except it's not.
Exactly. Like, I think it's fun, but it can be so frustrating at times. Just walk into that little thingy and it'll give you power.
Power, as if I need more.
Yes, you do. Granted, we are so freaking high item level, it's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. This is really nice, honestly. I'm so used to coming into here at like item level between 120 and 160 and have it kick my butt. This is a nice feeling.
Gain immunity to all damage and harmful effects.
For a minute and a half after choosing it, I believe.
Yeah. Die, kitty.
Ooh, another Animus help. Critical strike chance, not bad. That thing got shredded. Oh, this is such a good feeling coming in here at item level 219. Oh. So yeah, we want to find these pots and break them as well. They give us the resource Phantasma or whatever, yeah, which we can use to purchase stuff while in Torghast.
A body. Good. That should prove useful.
Maximum health by 45% again. Yeah, why not?
78,500 health.
A little ridiculous for our current stage in the game.
I mean, a little, yeah. A little ridiculous.
And I love it. Blizzard, don't you nerf this. It's because we've got item level 233 items that I crafted myself. You guys made it so this could happen, so stop it. Stop nerfing good things. Sorry. It's fine.
Yeah, stop fixing things.
That aren't broken. Even though this is...
Kind of broken.
Kind of.
In the best way.
In the best way. I'd rather it be broken like this rather than it be brokenly hard. Like it is normally. Oh yeah, be careful of giant scythes, because I think those scale based on your HP.
Indiana Jones trick.
Actually, let me check. Yes, it scales based. It's a percentage of your HP. So careful of that. When those traps, 29,000 HP. So those traps are actually kind of dangerous still.
Pocket change. Yes. Come to me.
Oh my gosh. That is why I love Vial of Caustic Liquid. It's so good. Did you see them explode and die?
I did. Let's see, do I want Phantasma or even more health?
Phantasma. You can get, you can buy more anima cells with Phantasma.
Oh.
Yeah, so you definitely want Phantasma, trust me. With our current HP, we're pretty unstoppable for this stage of the game. Gosh dang it, there we go. There we go. Another anima cell.
A body. Good. That should prove
Oh
useful.
man, I have to do Entangling Roots on people now. Because when it expires, it deals damage, and it also deals damage per second, so... I actually have to do that now. Hang on, let me do something real quick. Spellbook, Entangling Roots, let me put that in there. There we go. Oh wait, this is the exit, hang on. Dang it, I pressed J for journey map in Minecraft, dang it. Ugh. And that just
Stunned.
brings up the dungeons. Ah, here we go. We need to kill this guy.
Servant of the jailer.
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
Stunned.
No doubt it guards
Keep getting stunned.
4, and then 5, and then 6, and then 7, and then 10.
Wow, that's a lot of health stuff.
Yeah, druids are broken. I love them. Alright, boop. 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 Boop.
I need to target something first.
That was fast.
It has been
Alright,
so
what do we get?
long since I laid hands
When you're,
on a living
my health is never going to fall below 15%. Damaging an enemy also applies frostbite, dealing damage equal to 50% of their current hit points. Heck yes. That's so good. And another enema cell.
Oh, didn't grab this. Stuff.
Stuff and things.
And things and stuff.
100% or often, that's pretty good. Increase
That's
maximum
okay.
health by 45% again. I have 96,000 HP as a healer. I see. This is when I love Torghast, when it's funny and stupid, not when it's broken and painful and bad and stupid. There's a big difference.
Those are all the wrong kinds of broken.
Indeed. All right, don't forget to pick up that anima cell before we go through the portal. Increase mastery or increase maximum health by 45%.
Maximum health. Why not?
150,000 HP.
You just can't die.
Just what?
You just can't die. That's
Yeah. Oh man, it's so good. It's so
all.
good.
Which honestly goes along well with what we were saying earlier.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're already at the boss. That's right. At this stage, it's
This
only
must
3
be the
layers.
guardian of these floors.
It's 3 floors. Normally, it's 5 floors in the normal version. So it's really sad. Alright, so what do we want to grab? Probably plundered anima cell. I have enough for one of those. Can you buy the other one?
Oh. Plundered anima cell.
10 soul remnants. Probably that's better than the other option. And then to use it,
Get one of those. Plundered
yeah.
anima cell.
Yeah, if you want, you can also look at the other stuff. It's up to you. I just usually go for those first because chance for some decent stuff in them usually. And then back out of the shop when you're done to use it, if you buy it, so that you don't accidentally sell it back. I've done that before.
Ooh. Okay.
Just right click to use. There we go.
Oh god.
Oh! Oh my gosh! Is that what I think it is? Hang on. It's this one.
What?
Heart of the Wild. Okay, so the one that I got, one of the options I got from that is an epic option called Oath of Druids. You permanently have the benefits of Heart of the Wild. Heart of the Wild for me does. Abilities associated with your chosen affinity are substantially empowered for 45 seconds. Guardian, Bear Form, gives an additional 20% stamina, multiple uses of Iron Fur may overlap, and Frenzied Regeneration has 2 charges. Basically making me a hybrid tank healer. Because it basically, it makes me a Guardian Druid and a Resto Druid. And I have 167,000 HP. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Oh, it makes me... Oh, breaking games is fun. Alright.
So see, this
Come
is
at
an
me, bro.
elite target, right?
Yes, it's technically a boss, and I just hit him for half his HP because of another anima cell that I had picked up earlier.
I saw that.
Oh, man.
Oh,
I think we have to
he's
back...
gaining a lot of his health back, though.
Yeah, I think... if we stand in that, he gets HP back or something. Or is it the soul fragment? I think it might be the soul fragments.
Excuse me, Warden. Oh, I'm feared.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. So good.
How long have we been here? This
Doggy's
place
dead.
is eating my mind.
Just so much
Curator,
HP.
I am so glad you have not been.
I am still the tanky bear.
This is the Maw. No one escapes the Maw. We would need a...
More, Walker. This is the Curator, one of the greatest archivists in reality.
Oops, didn't mean to do that. Oh well, bye.
Yeah, bye.
Maw Walker.
I didn't mean to jump into the thing to advance the story. I was just jumping
We
around
can
because
ride
bear.
back along the path they took to get
Oh my
here.
gosh.
Oh, back.
It will only work once. Maw Walker, this will hurt. Please try not to die.
Oh, you're not back. Where'd you go?
I accidentally jumped in the thing that advanced the story for me. So I'm advanced the story.
Oh,
Yeah, but then you reappeared and then disappeared
and the
again.
Maw
Yeah,
Walker's
because of the loading
alive.
sequence.
Fantastic.
Ah,
So I'm in a
let's
different
not
zone
leave
now.
the Maw like that again. It may undo
I'm sad
your
now.
existence.
I had so much HP. It was glorious. Oh, I saw you. That was one of the best Torghast runs I've ever had. Just because it was
Come
stupid and I love it.
catalyst of change.
stupid and beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Just like... No. I was about to say just like me, but I'm not beautiful, so...
I look
And not
upon
stupid
you
either.
and dare to feel hope.
Wait, I didn't mean to agree with you about the first one. Beautiful and not stupid.
My old
That's what I meant to say.
so happy to see you. Have a nice evening.
I was
To get your
laughing
shoes
so high-pitched there. I don't think it got picked up on the Streamlabs mic. Or
It
Discord
didn't.
mic. Or the Discord mic. I don't know, one of the two. It was funny. It's because I saw that it wasn't peaking when I was laughing. 'Cause I was... That's great.
Accuser.
Good stuff.
Thank you for sending this more
hello,
walker
Accuser.
to find us.
Curator, I am fine. I will be fine.
I find you accused of being too pale.
My liege,
Raven!
Draven, this is more than I could have hoped for. Report.
at Theotar's request, we moved what remains of our forces here to Sinfall. There are far less of us than we had in our last assault.
Gather the forces.
Broken.
The attack.
My add-on is
soon.
broken, I just
I
realized.
have a plan, but
Can't
we
move
must
it.
act swiftly before
That's not good
Denathrius
for it.
learns
Yeah,
of my
but-
escape.
I'm gonna reload my UI real quick. One of my add-ons is bugged out.
All right.
Oh, it's still bugged out. And now the other one's gone. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's...
You are a very tall man. I just realized that.
He is very tall.
And don't even come up to his waist.
Mm-hmm. Night Elves are the tallest player characters on the Alliance side, I believe. Or is it Draenei? It might be male Draenei, technically. The Night Elves are really tall. This guy's twice as tall as a Night Elf. Yeah, I go up not even to his waist. He's a tall man. Oh, I unlocked a new Recruit a Friend
Very.
reward. Thank you, Preston. I now have the Explorer's Jungle Hopper.
Wait, what did I do?
Because you're my Recruit a Friend person, I get rewards. Hang on, let me unwrap. Oh, there we go. I now have another flying two-seater mount. Which I will show you when we get out of this place. Okay, sorry.
Come closer, my new friend. We face
Mirrors
the
in
unending,
mind.
Yep, we have
Oh, yes, we
to.
have to go up.
Yep. We have to go back up this way, I believe. Is this is the one outside, I believe. Yeah, I think it's the one outside, so we have to go up this way.
Yes.
Yeah, I
am speed.
love Stampeding Roar. Druids are just very, very useful in every situation. Alright, so this is what I just unlocked. Oops, that was weird. It bugged out a sec.
Whoa.
Hop in.
Yeah. I'm on the gun.
Ah, man, this is actually really cool and janky. I love it.
Very steampunk.
Yeah, it's so good. This is gnomish design, I believe. If it was goblin, it would be a lot more janky. Anyway, let us go get the mirrors. Oh, and it hovers. That's actually really cool. Oh, and it's got arrows sticking out of it. You see that?
Oh yeah, I did see that.
That's amazing. Oh, and it shuts off after a few seconds. That's really cool. I like this a lot. This is a really cool recruiter friend reward. Yeah, thanks to you and Starlight, I unlocked this. Because Starlight's a returning player and you're a new player, so...
Well, you are welcome. I guess.
Mm-hmm. So now I technically have 3 passenger mounts. I have Bird, I have Drake, and I have Jungle Hopper.
As far as flying?
Yes, that's true. I do have the Druid mount form. I think. Yes. I think I don't have it on one of my Druids because you have to go to Legion to get it. And I probably should let you do it. Just so I can keep the plane ready to go.
Oh yeah. That wakes.
Alright, plane's ready to go. Get to the chopper plane.
Get to the chopper.
Alright, I kind of want to see if you can make it to this last one yourself. It's actually a little bit difficult. I recommend going off backwards. If you go off forwards, you're just going to fly off and miss it. There you go.
Went through it. That's not how mirrors work.
Yeah, when Starlight tried to do that, she just flew off the edge because she went forward first. I was too late to recommend to go backwards.
Our potential savior of the
Did she die?
Shadowlands has arrived.
No. But she had to... Well, I say she had to climb back up. I picked her up, but still. Begin the assault.
We are doomed.
Ah. I forgot to refill my water before the stream, so I'm just letting my ice melt so I can drink it.
Oh, that must take a while.
Yep. Oof. So that's why we moved those mirrors around, so they could burn out a lot of enemies.
That's also why we wear sunscreen.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I should let you get some of these as well. My apologies.
Oh, I didn't realize I was supposed to pick them up.
Ooh, we can pick these up too. I'll grab one. You
I love
grab one.
picking things up.
Grab one of these. Well, there should only be one left, to be fair, but yeah. So we need them to awaken Stoneborn, and then if we overfill the gauge, we get like extra strength.
When I led my assault
Like extra
against
damage
the
and stuff. It's
castle,
pretty cool.
the Master turned my entire army to stone with a simple wave of his hand. We will need these soldiers. Denathrius is not the only
Guess we have to
threat
wake up
will
these
need to
guys.
face. Find enough anima to awaken as many of the Stoneborn as you can.
Sounds so angry.
And so when we awaken them, we get them as followers, basically. They jump down from the sky to attack our enemies. It's awesome.
Nice.
At least for this scenario, of course.
Animate. Arise, Mickey.
Mm.
What have you done?
I don't have a target.
Oh, there's anima over here. Anima!
Why won't you die?
You are nothing.
You say I'm nothing, but you're the one dying. I don't think that works how you think it works.
Before this universe was created, there was nothing. And out there by that tree, there was nothing.
Sure, there we go.
Almost there. So beware.
The world of pure imagination. Sorry.
What's this? Weak. It's weak.
Ooh, bunch of anima over here, buddy. Like a lot. Holy cow.
Ooh, a lot.
Four over here. It's time to awaken some buddies. Ah, there's one.
We all need somebody to
The
animate.
castle is not our objective. Rally at Dominance Gate.
All right.
Yeah, there's another one right over here to my left. Yeah, so as you overfill your anima stores, you'll get a stacking buff in the top right called Anima Overload. Increases your movement speed, haste, and damage done by a lot.
Mm.
Your arrogance stains this realm.
I like the sound of that.
Indeed.
We did it.
So we gotta go.
This was once the muster field for the Stone Legion. Watch the skies, for they are watching us.
Well, we can have allies do the same thing, you evil being.
Your form is weak and pitiful.
Wow, we're hot. Ooh, anima.
Hey, jerk.
Don't worry, our gargoyles are coming down to help.
Did you ever watch that show, Gargoyles?
Oh, long time ago, dude. Oh my gosh, there's so many.
Wow.
They're fighting in the sky, Preston.
Sorry. Yeah, I saw that.
Prepare yourself for defeat.
Oh my gosh. I think they just got stuck on the ledge up there is all. Oh, a couple of them.
Yeah, I was like, how are we gonna get up there?
Thankfully, I have ranged attacks, so we're fine.
Nice.
Yeah, we just got to keep pushing with the prince.
Run faster, Prince.
He's being under attack constantly, so.
You wouldn't be if you ran faster, Prince.
Oh man, that's so good.
Anima.
Anima, 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 anima. More, more. Anima overload. I almost said anime overload.
Call.
Uh.
Never cared for me. Then trust me now and stand down.
So many winged
gargoyles,
creatures, I don't know who's who.
Again, one of the reasons that the figure nameplates is really useful. Helps you kind of differentiate between enemies and allies.
Oh, that's not what I meant to use.
Them distracted. We must gather as...
Oh, they just kind of cut off there. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we just have to go to these anima extractor places. And power up the Accuser and the Curator, and then also Renethal. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So many. Anima. Must have more anima. Also known as anime, apparently.
Apparently. Alright.
The Accuser was empowered, and now we need to get the Curator empowered over here.
It's too far away.
Shot you in the back. What you gonna do about it?
I guess be unhappy about it. All they can do.
Yeah, I guess.
Curator's empowered. Now I just gotta go all the way the heck over here. I was gonna... That's fine. Oh, are they gonna... Ooh, they're giving us anima. Anima... I'll try to save half of it for you. There you go.
Ooh, look who's coming. Can I butcher the Walker?
Oh.
Please.
The Accuser did the same thing over here.
Yourself, Remoria. This is
There we go.
Revendreth. We do not butcher. We educate.
Through death.
That was his sword talking, by the way. Really creepy and terrible.
We're out of time. Gather what anima you can, and then we move on to Nathrius.
You deal so much damage right now, it's a little ridiculous. You have dealt 158,000 damage in the past couple minutes or so. I think they're counting it.
No complaints from me.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, you
I
have
am at
32.
320%.
Oh my gosh. Nice. I'm just spamming my damage over time because it deals so much damage. Ridiculous.
Eat it.
Eat it.
Oh, apples.
I love Weird Al. Ah, no, Miskia, don't make me destroy you. No, Miskia.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, well.
Goodbye, Miskia.
Wasted that skill.
Oops, sorry, I was trying to grab one, but I just grabbed both. Whoops. Alright,
No worries.
Hello, Maw.
ready to face the Master. We are so OP right now.
We're gonna win. I think. Probably.
Denathrius!
This was your valiant last stand. For so very long, you've punished arrogant souls. But instead of learning from their suffering, you've become one of them. You just needed to obey. How fortunate you are to witness the splendor of what is about to unfold. Every precious drop of anima, so painstakingly wrung from the tortured souls of lesser beings, now paves the path for the banished one to reclaim what was his. And once his liberation is secured, it shall be by his will that all is washed away. The only power that will emerge from this torrent of change is death. Death and those who shaped its victory.
Someone will stop you, Denathrius. Even if I...
Do not speak. Observe. Remember this lesson.
Alright, you guys didn't hear any of my coughs or nose blowing, but Preston did, so I apologize, Preston.
No, I didn't really hear it either.
Okay, good. I was trying to, like, blow my nose away from the mic and everything, but I was muted on stream. Oh, man, my sinuses, ever since I was sick, it's just, they've been really bad.
So where were we during all that? We could have kicked his trash.
I keep asking the same thing. Every time I see that cutscene, I'm like, where the bleep am I?
Right.
I would never have allowed that to happen. Like, what the crap? My assumption is that he charged in ahead of us, and so we weren't technically quote-unquote ready. But then at the same time, the Accuser and the Curator were there, so, like, I feel like, I don't know, it's just, maybe we got carried away by bats too, but even that's a little hand-wavy. Whatever.
Yeah.
Well
No
done,
idea.
my fellow doomed friend.
And that is the end of Section 1 of the Shadowlands.
I fear nothing will stop the jailer from breaking free.
Wow.
Denathrius is surely gathering his forces inside Castle Nathria. Unchecked, his loyalists will soon overwhelm us.
We must rally the harvesters at Sinfall while this mortal returns to Oribos. They must be told what transpired here.
I shall escort the Mawwalker, my prince. Come, mortal.
So basically what happened there is Sire Denathrius, it's been explained, in case you or anyone watching has not picked it up, Sire Denathrius betrayed the entire Shadowlands, betrayed Revendreth, betrayed his title, his station, and stole anima, not only from Revendreth, but the entirety of Shadowlands. Because you see how much anima is just flowing into the maw. He caused the drought.
Uh-huh.
And it's all getting poured into the maw to help his master, which I don't know if we know yet. Don't fall. That's gonna hurt.
Very far.
Is. Anyway. That is the end of Shadowlands Section 1. The next section is going to be choosing a covenant. Which, yeah, we got done with that really fast. It's probably because of our high item level, honestly. We were just able to breeze through everything.
Yeah. Thanks to you.
So if I remember right, when I did this with Starlight, this was not this fast. Granted, at that point, I was still leveling up my my profession classes. Profession characters? Crafting professions. There we go.
Ah.
So they weren't at the highest level for crafting stuff. And they also didn't have the Zereth Mortis stuff done, so they couldn't craft item level 233 stuff at the time. Highest I think I could craft was 150.
Wow, that's quite the difference.
Yeah. 150 is the default one you get just for learning the profession. 233 is Zereth Mortis. 200 is Korthia, I believe. And then I don't remember the Covenant one. It might be like 180 something. Anyway. I have seen this. Ooh, right, Jungle Hopper. I'm sorry, I love this thing.
Oh, yeah.
It is so jank. And I love it.
Put.
Alright, we gotta fly back to Oribos now. Talk to this little courier guy there. Light to Oribos. Go. It's still...
Yes, another satisfied patron.
I'm still chuckling over the fact that I had 176,000 HP at this stage in the game. It was just so good. I would have had more, I think.
More.
Did I skip one of the extra HP things? I may have. Or maybe I didn't. I don't know.
I did.
It was a lot of HP, though. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it's too bad we couldn't hang on to it.
Right? But
that would have just broken everything.
We'd be almost on par with a number of bosses. At least in Section 1.
Yeah.
Alright. I think I can use this in here, technically. I can't fly, but... Whee! Oh my gosh, look at the exhaust pipes. You see that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. They're just like... Bram, 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 bram. Okay, sorry.
That's how physics works, kids.
Right? Sorry, I'm
Little expands and contracts that quickly.
Right? Magically. Just hand wave, magic, it's fine. Alright. Now comes an important... Oh wait, no, we don't choose yet. We reveal... Okay, so he's technically explaining it now.
He is in league with the jailer.
With the jailer.
Purpose save us all. It is worse than we could have imagined.
It seems the jailer has been pulling the strings of fate on our world as well.
Indeed. Kalinara?
Come forth and be judged. Then I
No.
must answer their call. Come with me, Malwalker. Perhaps
I think I missed some dialogue there because the server lagged or something.
Bring the Covenant representatives to
There was a
the
pause for a
Enclave.
second.
Mm-hmm.
After the mortal and I have finished, we will convene with you there. With her voice have I spoken.
Blessed be her voice.
As the Arbiter's
Whoa.
voice.
Yeah, there's
I
some like
heed
server
the
lagginess
call
going
of
on.
the
Holy
Eternal
crap.
Ones.
Whoa.
How may
Yeah,
I serve?
that was janky as heck.
The maw grows, surging with power. How did this come to pass?
The evil we believed forever bound has conspired to distract and divide us. The Primus realized the truth, but his warning came too late. I fear he paid a grave price for this knowledge.
You speak for Revendreth. Where is your sire? Where is our brother, Denathrius?
My sire has betrayed us all. The drought was his doing. He stole the very lifeblood of our realms, starving his own people. And yours as well. When his lies were exposed, Denathrius unleashed his vast coffers of anima into the maw to fuel the might of his true master.
Long ago, we stood as one to imprison that monster.
With the Primus gone, and Denathrius a traitor, our pantheon has been broken, and doom comes for the Shadowlands.
There is yet hope. This mortal saved me from the maw, and revealed the sire's treachery.
They aided my forest as well. Their kind has shown great potential. If focused, it could turn the tide in our favor.
Agreed. For the good of the Shadowlands, each mortal must choose a covenant.
And when our realms have regained their strength, we will stand together against the darkness.
I will see it done, Eternal Ones. With her voice have I spoken. Come, mortal. The hour of decision is at hand.
All right, Preston. The hour of decision is at hand.
What might your purpose be?
Yay.
Your path is chosen.
Where'd you go?
Kalinara.
Where'd you go? You just disappeared.
I'm talking to Talinara.
Oh, okay. Oh, it must be instant
Actually,
because...
I am dancing with Talinara.
I think I chose the next quest and so it instanced me. So I'll wait for you to choose
Choosing your purpose.
There you are. Yep. It was just because I took the next quest.
Ah.
Hello. Okay. So let's go talk to the Covenant people. Alright, Bastion.
What troubles
Bastion is cool.
You can tell me again at the Virtue of the Kyrian, and it shows you what benefits you get for choosing their Covenant. That wasn't that great of an ability. I did not like that, actually.
We all serve a greater good.
You can test the Covenant abilities. So, let me know when you're done looking at the Bastion stuff.
Stay true to our eternal charge.
Oh, goodness, excuse me, I was trying to work away from the mic there. I apologize, guys. Hopefully that didn't... Oh, man, I don't know why I'm... Ah. My body is unhappy today. And you can show mount. And then I showed you all the mounts you get just from playing through the story.
Yeah.
As well.
And they're all just land mounts, right?
There are flying mounts. I can show those to you again if you want.
I remember the one from Bastion was the giant owl, right?
Bastion, I mean, technically owl-ish, yes.
And then the one from Ardenweald is the flying dog serpent thing?
Here, I think...
Is that right?
Oh yeah, if you control-click that, it'll show you. And then Arden... And then I'll share this in chat. That's the Ardenweald.
Yes.
And then...
That is a really cool mount.
This is the Maldraxian flying mount. And then... And these aren't all the mounts you get. These are just the ones you get basically for free.
Right.
Just by either playing the storyline or... Yeah.
Just wait me if I join your covenant.
Oh, wait. Whoops. I sent the wrong Revendreth one. Sorry. It was this one. Ignore the gravestone, battle Gargon.
Oh, yeah. Man, that one looks so cool.
It does.
Okay.
Alright, you done looking at Bastion?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go talk to Ardenweald. Oh, server lag. Server lag. There we go. Ah.
Server lag.
Remind me of the Night Fae. And it shows you the armor you get for free, and then also one of the mounts. And then the Wilderling is the flying one you get for free. Such a good movie.
Never a dull moment with you.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm?
Foxiness.
Oh, yeah. And it's not just the foxiness. You can actually change it to look like a lot of different types of creatures if you collect them. Like, there's a really easy one to get you to turn into a penguin. It's
Nice.
great.
Okay.
Alright. Ready for Revendreth, looks like?
Yeah.
Hey, Draven.
What's up, Holmes?
How could the Vendor benefit me? That's not terrible, I guess. Oh, yeah, the Frenzy Overcoming, though. Yeah, that one's going to be really tedious to do, but it's fine. I can do it.
I will was built to defend this realm from
And then, yeah,
all
this
who
is
would do
the
it harm,
Sinfall Gravewing.
even the master.
You can also get different colors of each of the mounts. Most of them you have to buy for either anima or... I think anima, really.
Okay.
So I think you can get like a... what is it, granite that's black? It's like a, yeah, it's like a really dark black one, which is kind of cool looking for the Gravewing.
We do what must be done.
Okay.
Okay. And then on to Maldraxis.
Maldraxis honors you.
Yeah. That armor.
Strength of the Necrolords.
Oh, that armor looks so bad. I'm sorry. I never have liked the leather Necrolord armor.
It is very busy.
It is unique. And that is a word for it. So,
That is the word.
Before you make your decision, keep looking through this. I'm going to send you... Whoa. Okay. The wind decided... Oh.
What
Yeah,
just happened?
I'm sorry. It legitimately scared me. The fan fell out of the window because it started storming outside and it got really, really windy. And it just, like, blasted the fan out of the window and, like, not quite almost hit me, but, like, sent the fan flying toward me. I was like, holy crap. Oh, that was...
The fan's all right.
Ooh, that was an adventure indeed. No, not Covenant armor. Covenant cosmetics. Alright, I'm going to send you a list of stuff. Could be under cosmetics. Oh, but this isn't the comprehensive list. That's a list by Covenant. So there are different cosmetics you get by choosing a Covenant. Ah, perfect! This is exactly what I was looking for. I'm gonna send it in Discord, in the mods only channel. Nice. I love how easy that was to find once I actually looked for images. So these are each of the free cosmetic sets you get. Those might be recolors, though, because I think the Maldraxian one is supposed to be purple. So I think that's actually technically wrong. Yeah, because the one you get for free is purple. And the Venthyr one, I don't even remember, to be fair. Tyrion, I don't remember either. But I know the Maldraxian one is purple. But that's basically what it looks like. It might be slightly different color, the ones you get for free.
Okay.
We follow the will of the Primus.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you can always choose different covenants per character, but since this is your only level 60 character right now, it does kind of matter a little bit for now.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, I know which ones I don't want.
Okay. Which ones do you not want?
I don't want you.
Okay.
Or you.
Okay, so no Revendreth or Maldraxis. Let's go back over to the other section, and then you can decide. Sorry, I was tabbed out. That's why it was 30 frames per second there for a second, guys.
Remind me again why you recommended choosing Ardenweald?
Originally it was because I thought a part of the story was in Ardenweald's story, but it was actually in the Corthian story, which is section 3 of Shadowlands.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't really matter anymore?
Ultimately, not really. It's up to you. I think, based on the abilities and like stuff that, like the looks of stuff and all that, is really what you should look at.
Okay. Mastery.
You are seen.
And depending on which covenant you choose, I might actually swap to a different character. Because I haven't gone through all the covenant storylines and all my characters yet, so.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Primary mount. Oh, decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Now, soulbinds are passive?
So the way soulbinds work is it's basically like an RPG skill tree. Depending on your soulbind, you get different abilities for choosing them that you can choose from. And then there's also stuff you can socket in little sockets, I guess is the best way to put it, to the unlearned. And you can input like different abilities to buff you passively or stuff like that.
Okay.
So they're basically just an added skill tree depending on who you pick.
And then the sanctum feature. I don't really understand the sanctum feature.
So yeah, the sanctum features are a little confusing. The Queen's Conservatory is okay. It's a little tedious because you have to go back and check them on all of them, I think, and deal with them individually. The Ardenweald one is okay. The Bastion one is actually really tedious because you get to play as, I think, any of your soulbinds or one or two of your soulbinds. You get to play as a different character and do different trials in Bastion. And then Maldraxis, I actually haven't messed around with a lot, but I've heard it's real good. It's you get to build a buddy, basically, who follows you around. And then Revendreth, I actually have not done. I don't know what Revendreth does. I'll be 100% honest. I have not done the parties. But I assume they're parties that you just set up or something. I don't know.
Huh.
I think that's better than so Bastions is tedious. Ardenweald's is a little bit more passive, but you have to check on it at least every couple days, maybe 3 days or so. Well, you don't have to, but for full effectiveness. While Bastions is a lot more active progression in it, in that you collect stuff to build equipment for your what do they call it again?
You have questions.
Your Path of Ascension, Rite of Combat, folks. Or Champions of Bastion. You get to build equipment for them, and you can play as them and do stuff. It's very active and actually requires a decent amount of focus and knowledge and capability because it's solo only.
Okay.
But it's not, I don't think it's terribly difficult, it's just tedious.
It's so tough because there are little things about each one that I really like. But there are other things about them that I don't like or don't care about.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I have a decision.
Okay. I don't have to be next time. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not that evil. Right.
Preston chooses over the course of 2.5 hours.
Right.
All right. I'm ready.
Right, hang on.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
One second. Wait, do they really? Hold on. Hold on. Do they really recommend that? Maybe I misread?
What do they recommend?
Oh. Okay. Oh. Makes sense. Because it's different from Subtlety Rogue, which is mine. For Subtlety Rogue, they recommend Venthyr first. But for Outlaw, they recommend Kyrian, then Venthyr, then Kyrian, then Necrolord. But that's just like on like a 1 to 5% increase basis in total. So ultimately, those don't matter. It is your choice. I don't know, honestly. If you choose Night Fae, I'll probably hop on Volron. If you choose Bastion, I'll probably hop on Nethril. My 2 tank characters, which is my Druid Guardian tank at item level 248, or my Protection Warrior tank at item level 248. And I have healers in both factions, which is my Priest, who's like item level 242, and then technically Wendril in Night Fae, Ardenweald.
Right.
What's up?
Okay.
Like, no matter what you choose, I will have a character that can play with you through that storyline.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. I'm not making this easier, am I?
This is the worst thing ever.
Oh, I'm so sorry. At least people get to suffer through this with us and not skip ahead.
Yeah, the Bastion mounts just look so cool.
Indeed, they are pretty cool.
And Night Fae has the more appealing skills.
I agree. Night Fae has the better skills. I think Bastion probably has the best mounts overall, except maybe Revendreth's. But Revendreth's is a little bit tedious to use. Like I said before, it's just really tall, so it's hard to get into doorways and stuff.
Yeah.
So ultimately, yeah, Bastion has the best mounts, and Ardenweald has the best ability, at least for me, for a Druid. Druids are recommended across the board, no matter what specialization you are. They recommend Night Fae. Not even just because thematically it fits, just because the abilities for Druid are just extremely strong in Night Fae.
Yeah, especially the what's it called? The pod tender.
Oh yeah,
So nice
like
to
yeah,
see
not
you.
yeah.
That's one that would be good for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pod tender's really good for if you feel like you're not going to be like strong enough for certain things. Grove Invigoration's really good as well. Maximum health and mastery and stacks, like extra stacks. And then Convoke the Spirits for Druid is really strong because you channel a rapid flurry of 12 Druid spells and abilities over 4 seconds. It's really strong and appropriate nearby target on appropriate nearby targets, favoring your current shapeshift form and specialization. It doesn't say specialization, but it's specialization.
Yeah.
Because it's based on the spells that you have. So, yeah, I mean, it's entirely up to you. Personally, I really like Ardenwield's look. Ooh, there is a mount you can get in Ardenwield that's basically those, like, moths that float around. You can get a moth mount. And then in Bastion, you can get one of those bird cat mounts. Like those really fluffy, feathery ones. Yeah. I forget what they're called. Right. Yeah, I forget what they're called, but you can get one of those as a mount eventually. It's going to take a while for either of those. Those are like, you have to be exalted with the faction to get them. I haven't even gotten them yet.
About what are they called? Lyrians or something?
Yes,
like
the Larons. The Larians, whatever they're called, yeah. Laron. Laron is from Pokemon. I don't even know what.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So yeah, ultimately, your decision, and I will choose individually for Windrill, and then if you choose something else, I will just swap to another character. It's not a big deal, ultimately.
All right.
What you going for?
After much deliberation,
I think we're going on.
I've decided
I forgot
to quit and not choose any of them.
Oh, I'm so, by the way, real quick, I'm so glad I didn't accidentally press play on the YouTube video that I was about to do, because I accidentally left it open. I was like, okay, while I'm waiting, I'll just watch this YouTube video. I'm streaming right now. That would have been so bad. I'm sorry, guys.
That would have been pretty bad.
Oh, man.
All right, I'm gonna go with Kyrian.
All right, fair enough. All right, I am going to go Night Fae. This is an important choice, but can be changed later. Yeah, you can change
it though.
Yes, you can actually change your covenant later on. Choosing your purpose. All right, friends. I will see you momentarily. Don't hop on the flight yet, but I will see you there. Or
okay,
I'll see you at the Flight Master. I'm gonna do a couple things real quick. All right, number one, he already has it, so I don't need to buy it. Never mind. Number two, you chose Kyrian, correct?
Yep.
All right. I think for today, yeah, I'll use my tank, and if Starlight still wants to tank on Wednesday, I'll swap over to my healer. Which, it's actually good because for paladins, it's recommended to do Bastion. There we go.
Oh, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. So I think Starlight was going to go Bastion, whether or not they recommended it, just because it thematically fits. Like, it's a really good fit for paladins.
Yeah.
Alright, I should be able to, now that we're level 60, I should be able to party sync, and it won't drop my item level down? Question mark? Yes, it looks like it hasn't dropped my item level down. Sweet!
Sweet. Means we can still dominate.
Mm-hmm. Especially since Nethril is at item level 248, which is extremely good. Oh, hang on. I gotta turn off party sync. Sorry. There we go. I couldn't leave. I couldn't leave Zareth Mortis with party sync on because the pathway was closed.
Oh.
Nice. Okay, now I can turn party sync back on. Sorry about that.
See, if I had been in that position, I wouldn't have even known what to do. I would have just been stuck there.
Alright, hang on 1 second. I gotta go to the transmogrification guy, because if I'm gonna be roaming around, I need to not look mismatched like I do right now.
Yes. Oh yeah, I was gonna go to the transmogrifier too.
Well, come on down.
You honor me with your attention.
Alright, main.
For a very minor change.
Yeah, go.
Death is the ultimate.
Yeah, so Nethril has 2 out of his 4 set pieces, which is really good. Oh, it's so good. I don't think I've shown you my protection warrior. I may have. I don't remember. Where are you at? Oh, you're already here. Hi.
I'm here. Yeah. Hello. Let's see. I was going to do this. Oh, and that's a free change.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
So this is my protection warrior.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Looks very protective.
So the bulk of this set is actually the plate mail bastion armor.
I thought it looked kind of Kyrian.
Yeah, the shield is from Zereth Mortis, and so is the sword, and so is the cape, actually.
That is a serious shield.
Mm-hmm. Like, that's why I pick it as my transmogrification. Because normally it's the black version, because I got it from one of the rares there. I say one of the rare events, technically. Alright, so can you share the speak to whoever quest with me?
Oh, the report to
yes.
Address this.
Okay, so technically I've completed the quest, so I can't join you on that, looks like, sadly. It's fine. Let us go there. But party sync allows you to replay quests with allies. So I hope it doesn't bug out. Alright, so are you able to make it all the way to Elysian Hold, or are you going to Hero's Rest?
To the path.
Elysian Hold.
Ah, nice. Okay. Take flight to Elysian Hold. I could have technically taken a faster route, but I'm going to fly with you, friend.
Fly with me.
Indeed.
My worm is completely disregarding the path.
Yeah, I think because yours is the quest worm. You have to get to Elysian Hold. I think? I don't know.
Quest worm.
How else do you want to say it?
It's just funny.
That's fair.
Quest worm.
Yes. Because you're on a quest and you're way ahead of me now. Holy cow. Well, not way ahead of me, but you're definitely, I think, gaining ground. So I might actually meet you in Elysian Hold. I'll take the fast way. Because I think legitimately your worm is just going faster than mine.
Oh, interesting. Zoom.
Yeah, take a look at the map, and you'll see something really good. Watch my dots. Oh, I can't really... Okay, hold on. Just because I have party sync on, I can't fast way. That is so stupid. Oh my gosh.
Of course.
You gotta love it.
Gotta. There's no choice.
Alright, I have made it to Elysian Hold. Already.
I am halfway there.
Indeed. Sorry. Alright, let's turn that back on again.
Falling down some stairs.
Oh, nice. It does let me redo all this stuff. That's cool.
Wisdom guide
That's
your
lucky.
path.
Sorry, I just bumped my mic, guys. Oh, sorry about the background noise.
Archon's light shine upon you.
It's fine. Excuse me.
Courage
Wait, does it let me? What's your current quest? Main quest?
Report to Address this.
Okay.
Proceed with courage.
Alright, go ahead and do that then, and I will follow you around.
All right. Run in, run in, and run in, run in. Wait, how do I even get there?
Get where?
To report to address this.
I don't know where he is. Where is it telling you to go? Ah.
Telling me to go.
Where?
Telling me to go. What? I don't understand.
It might be bugging out because I've got party sync on. Hang on.
I don't.
If I remember right, he should be back here.
The little quest arrow is pointing to the northwest, but yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Alright, let's see if it bugs out again if we do party sync again.
Report to Pole March, address this. Okay, I'm here. I click on him and he doesn't do anything.
Right,
Who are you to question her grace?
Alright, stop party sync and then try again.
Same thing.
Weird.
Indeed.
I'm gonna look this up.
Open quest details. If I abandon the quest, would I have to go all the way back?
I believe so.
Meh.
I think it bugged out because you're supposed to talk to him in Oribos, according to the online guide.
Oh, well, that's definitely not what the game was telling me to do.
Weird. Well, thankfully, your hearth should take you back to Oribos.
I think mine was set to some weird place because I forgot.
Oh.
Yeah, mine's at the symposium.
Well, we can just fly back to Oribos. It's fine.
Our purpose is clear.
Fly me back, crazy plane.
As it must be.
Oh, goodbye.
The flight master's right there, Preston.
Oh. I didn't even see that. Riding off the
yeah, it looks like
crazy plane.
Yeah, it looks like you're supposed to talk to him in that section where you were talking to him to look at the covenant.
Oh, I see.
According to this guide, it just completely slipped my mind because it's been so long since I've done that. So I apologize. I should have realized that. As the experienced player, I should have known, but I did not.
Oh, I should have known to follow my quest arrow.
It's fine.
Which, incidentally, now is pointing in the opposite direction.
Oh, is it because of party sync? It could have been party sync bugging it out. I wouldn't be surprised if it was something like that.
Let's see, are we party synced right now?
No.
Oh, okay.
And then if I party sync, does the arrow change direction?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Okay, so that's what it was. Party sync is what bugged it out. Yeah, their party sync is not very good.
Aha. Sync me.
Yeah, it's supposed to get the person who's advanced in quests back to the person who's doing the quests. But it seems to have bugged out when we were doing that. Blizzard, this is something you should fix. Just saying. Hopefully they mess around with it a bit more and maybe fix some of it. Maybe not in 9.2.5, I kind of doubt that, but when Dragonflight releases.
Yeah. Alarian, that's what it's called.
Yes, Alarian. Yeah, I was saying Laron, which is a Pokemon, so it's fine.
I don't think I'm familiar with that one.
It's from Ruby and Sapphire.
Oh, is it the lightning cat thing?
No, it's the steel rock Pokemon. It's Laron, Aggron. I forget what the first one is. I forget what the little one is, but Laron is the second evolution, or the first evolution, and then Aggron is the second evolution.
That's right.
Forget what
I remember beating Alpha Sapphire with the highest evolution of that one.
Yeah, Aggron's pretty strong. Like, it is a real strong Pokemon.
Let's see. Where is the
Over this way. Oh, the inn is directly east.
I want to no longer have to fly everywhere.
Yeah, for the longest time, I had all my characters' hearths set to Oribos because it's centrally located and you can get around pretty easily.
Yeah.
And then once
it's just right there.
Yeah, and then
middle.
Yeah, and then I just started putting characters in Zereth Mortis because it's just a quick hop, skip, and a jump back to Oribos from Zereth Mortis. It's over this way, Preston.
Really?
Yep.
Weird.
Here he is.
Did I just have the wrong quest selected or something? That's very possible.
That could have been the case. It's been more than once that's actually happened to me, so I would not be surprised. Sometimes... Right. You got it? You good?
Yep, we're good.
All right.
Heroes Rest and Bastion.
There we go. I thought it was Heroes Rest. Alright, so now can you share that quest with me?
Yes.
Nope, apparently not. Okay, so we'll just turn off party sync for now.
Oh, it didn't work?
Yeah, it says you have completed that quest.
Ah.
So, unfortunately. Which is...
How do you know what I've completed, game?
What I've completed, technically, yes.
How do you know what Eli's completed, game?
What do you see?
Alright, I'll meet you in Heroes Rest.
Alright.
Order.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were at the flight. I'm sorry, that was my bad. I was trying to leave at the same time
Almost.
as you. That was my bad.
Oh yeah, now the Elysian place wasn't even an option.
That's weird.
I guess it was tied to you.
Maybe? I don't know. Like, this whole thing has just been a buggy mess trying to play together on an established character with a character that's new. I think they just got too fancy with all their transitions in Shadowlands.
Getting fancy with the spices.
Yes. And so, something simple like party sync that is not very well developed. Sorry. I don't mean to be rude about it, Blizzard, but it's a fact. I'm legitimately not trying to be rude. I'm just saying it's still in its fledgling stages. Definitely needs more work. And so I think they got so fancy with all of Shadowlands stuff, transitions and quests and just all the things, and instancing different areas and stuff like that, that it's just kind of like forked the party sync thing.
Yeah.
Because I can't make a new character for every time I play a game with a friend. Or every time I play WoW with a friend, specifically, I guess. I'd like to, but they have a 50 character limit.
Is in disarray.
And I already have
Luckily, we have many stewards at our
30-ish of those
disposal
characters.
to address any
And I
problem
want to
we
save
may have.
20.
Work to level up a
Please see
character.
that
Also
order is
that,
restored.
I say having 13 level 60s.
And it took work.
Indeed. Alright, where are you going?
Vroom, vroom.
If I remember right, it should be like right
Going
over here.
northeast.
Should be like right here, right?
Who?
Oh, no?
Nope.
What is your
We're
quest?
going northeast.
This way?
Meet Polmarch Adrestus at the Seat of Eternal Hymns.
Seat of Eternal Hymns. Is that over here? I think it's there. Oh, yeah. I north. Okay, yeah, I know where we're going. Okay, yeah, I know where we're going. Yeah, we're going here. I remember this. This is where you get inducted?
Yes.
Is that the right word, inducted?
I think so.
Yeah,
right
inducted.
below us.
Yeah, inducted into the Kyrian community kind of thing. Bop.
Hop.
This is also where a dungeon is, so... Wait, where'd you go?
And a dragon.
Yeah. Maybe? I mean, I'm a dragon. There we go. Boom, sandstone dragon. Ha ha ha, so a dungeon and a dragon. Ha ha! Sorry.
Nice.
Oh, sorry. I forgot you have to be up here and talk to him first. That was my bad. I knew it was this area. I just forgot that you have to talk to him up here first before you go down here. My bad. Again,
It's hard to tell when when you can't actually see.
Yeah. And you're relying on memory, which my memory is not good.
Join the Kyrian Covenant. Proper reception. Are you ready to begin the ceremony? I am.
I wish I could do this part again with you. Because I honestly, I really wanted Wendril to be in Ardenweald. Like, that is just the perfect place for him. The ability is good. Thematically, it fits for a druid. And I was hoping that it would let me redo this part with you on my Kyrian character, but apparently not. So I apologize for everyone who is having to sit here and watch me just fly around. What I probably should have done is I should have taken Wendril at least through the starter stuff with you. The intro stuff. And then swapped to Ardenweald. Though I don't actually know how easy it is to swap. Because I haven't actually done it yet. We flying so low. This Colossus is cool. And colossal. Wait, is he looking at me? Yeah, he's looking at me. That's cool. Hi, Colossus. I'm your friend. I look just like you. See? I'm a friend. I say just like him. He's got more streamlined equipment. Those pauldrons are really cool. I think his pauldrons look better than mine, honestly. I want his pauldrons. Those look cool. We flying. Let's see. There we go.
Glory to Bastion.
Yes. Glory to Bastion. I'm going down. Bam. Crash. Boom. Bang. Can I not? Nope, I'm still going forward. That's what it is. Crash. I would not blame people for skipping ahead at this point. I'm literally just goofing around in my gyroplane.
It's a cool plane.
It is a cool plane. And I thank you and Starlight for getting it for me by being friends that I could recruit.
Oh. Now I'm being introduced to Elysian Hold.
Oh, okay. I'll meet you up there. I just love how steampunky and, like... it's a good plane. Fly. Wee. Bop. Bop. Hey, there's Rogue. Hello, friend.
Yes,
all right,
all of those things.
Let us try party sync once again.
Accept.
In the hopes that it will actually work. Do I think it will? Doubtful. Would I like it to? Yes. Alright, so what's your quest?
Oh, interesting.
Where are you at right now?
I need to re-examine my skills later.
Okay, I can help you do that after the stream if you want.
Speak with Iona Skyblade. But I don't own a Skyblade.
Are you doing Of Great Renown? Yes, that's what it is.
Yep.
Alright.
So now I'm headed southwest.
I'm gonna pull up. I literally have the quest pulled up online, the quest line, so that I can know exactly where we're supposed to go. Could be this lady down here.
Yep.
Speak, mortal.
Hello, Iona.
You stand.
What is my
before
renown?
ascended.
My renown is 80. I am a disciple of devotion.
Examine your renown.
And then 40 is where
What
you
is
get
my renown?
Hand of the Arc.
Discipline in all things.
I have concerns about where it's taking me, because I think that's the Seal of Contrition or a Vegetable Art. That's like very far back, or very, not far back, very recent. It's a very recent quest, I believe.
Right, now I need to speak to Hermestus.
Hermestus. 1 second, let me pull that up. The path provides? No. Call to service.
Yep.
Ah.
Oh, blech. Cold chicken nuggets are not good.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you were eating when we started the stream.
It's okay. I only had 3 left, and I had just left them there.
That's fair. Someone's got a speed racer car going out.
Complete 3 world quests in Bastion.
It's easy. We
Indeed.
come with me, and you'll see all the world quests you could want. Do do dee da 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 dee 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 dee. Sorry. Terrible.
Oh, by the way, I'll need to get off in half an hour.
Okay.
Your
I was
courage
trying to
is
keep an eye on the
needed,
time, because I
mortal.
figured it was
These
10.
monsters will devour everything in their path. Put an
Bat.
end to this threat.
Bop. Execute. I am very, very strong. For this.
Yes, you are.
For
Oh,
this
look,
stage.
anima.
Yes. I think that's an explosive anima store, though.
Very much.
Ah, real monsters. That's the quest name, or the world quest name.
So fast.
It's too far away.
Come here, fiend.
I'm out of range.
I'm sorry, that was just too good. I leapt at you and just smacked that guy with my shield.
I saw that.
It's so good.
I need to get closer. I need to target something.
You're safe, civilian.
Your own back.
Pop. Slice.
Execute.
Pow.
It's too far away.
Easy peasy.
Alright, I think, yeah, we enter the rift now, I believe.
Create rift.
Oh, he just, like, faded out of existence. Alright, and then we gotta kill the big one, which looks like they already did. Sad.
Come back, biggin. Where are you, biggin?
Yeah, we have to wait for him to respawn. Oh wait, Nethril can invite you to the community.
Really?
Because he is the leader of the community, because this is my main character. Oh, there's the big one.
Eli's band.
Yep.
Excellent.
You are technically a leader.
Get stunned. Get shot. Get kicked.
So I actually recently learned that I was playing my warrior all wrong for a long time. And I learned how to play it correctly, and it's been amazing.
How are you playing them wrong?
I was not using a couple of abilities that I should have been, my shield block and my demoralizing shout. Demoralizing shout reduces damage that enemies deal to me and generates rage, which is my primary resource. And then shield block uses rage to reduce damage done to me, which is just a really good combination for one.
You stood firm against these beasts from another realm. We may yet be able to repel them. Thank you.
Sadly, item level 207, but that should be, well, you'll probably have like an item level 140, maybe? Is that what you got?
I got 129.
129, okay. It's not great, but not terrible. Oop, hop in, quick! Ah! Sorry.
Put, put, put.
Right. Alright, which one do we want to do? That one's not bad.
Amazing that this thing can fly exactly like a helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, judging by the position of the propellers, it should just be going in vertical circles.
Well, with this, the propellers kind of face upward when I land. It's a VTOL.
Yeah, when we fly forward.
Well, yeah. That's fair.
We should be doing loop-de-loops.
You know, you're not. I don't think you're entirely wrong. That's funny.
Unless the propellers are facing in different directions.
This area is in disarray.
Okay, so this world
Luckily,
quest is not
we
that
have
hard.
many stewards at
You
our
just have to find
disposal.
stewards to
address
help with
any
different
problem we may
chores
have,
around the area.
Please see that order
Oh
is
yeah, I think
restored.
we've done this before, haven't we?
Maybe. What do you do, helpful steward? Fix. Oh, nice. It's literally just this guy over here.
Hello, helpful steward.
Is there work
Can
to
you
be
help?
done?
I fix. Yay.
I'm experiencing an error.
How do you do?
You talk to the
My
steward
pleasure.
to get them to do stuff.
You?
Can
I
you help?
fixed.
I fixed.
Yes,
Can you help me?
back to work.
And then I gotta find the people to help. Oh, and then there's also a blacksmithing quest here. Ooh, I'll do that next. It won't count for you, but it'll still be nice to do. Alright, you want I hold?
Welcome,
Yes,
friend.
that's that one. I
Goodbye,
know where
my
that one
friend.
is. I need to find hungry and thirsty?
Hello.
Yes, I need to
This
find
place
hungry
will
and
tidy
thirsty,
itself.
yes, thirsty
And which temple
aspirant.
do you train? Archon guide you.
Talk to the
Oh.
drinks.
Allow me
Can
to
you help? I fix. And this one is the hungry. Yes, hungry aspirant. Oh my gosh, stewards, please. Please don't do this to me. There we go.
Allow me to help.
They just kind of like crowd around you, but then are like slightly out of range. Ah, can you fix this one?
Welcome,
Oh,
friend.
that one just
Goodbye,
disappeared.
my friend.
Oh, sorry, it's because I'm doing them too. I
Oh,
think
I
it
didn't
counts.
even see you go by.
It is through the hard
Yeah, it
work
counts
of
for both
all
of us, I
that the
believe.
pristine
There we
nature
go.
of our
Yay.
realm is preserved. Well done.
Ooh, that's a pretty parrot.
Alright, let me do this world quest really quick, since it's a blacksmithing quest. Alright, so what am I doing? Reforged. Ah, okay, I see. I reforge, then make a tarnished one, and then polish it up. Boom. And I get ore for that. Okay.
Or do you?
Yes. Alright, and we'll go do another one, which isn't too bad, I think. That one actually would be really, like, much easier. Would you rather have reputation with the Ascended or some more anima?
Reputation.
Okay. Yeah, because they're both fairly easy, because they just require us to kill things, basically.
We can do that
Mm-hmm.
very efficiently.
Our enemies carry many burdens. You can ease them. You have all that you need.
Okay, there's our allaying crook. And then we just kind of...
Allez, allez.
Then we just kind of go around and kill stuff.
All right.
And when we kill them, we then use our crook over their dead body. Oh gosh, I dealt 19,000 damage to that poor thing. Yeah, so that one, and there's also this one over in this corner here that I did. That I murdered. Don't forget to use your crook before... Yeah, if you skin it, the body will disappear, so use the crook first always.
Yeah.
It's too far away.
Yeah, bap.
See a thingy, thingy, thing.
Yeah, apparently I hit that one with my leap. Nice. Oh, I'm coming, Preston! Bam. Just love smacking it with my shield. And then these guys right here, including this big one over here.
It's a very spiky shield.
Mm-hmm. This one here, too.
Okay. Hello, this one.
Or no, it was my leap, not my thunderclap. I can make your thunderclap. Sorry. Excuse me? Aggro?
Venom-starved worm.
Bap.
It's too far away.
Bap. Oh yeah, I should probably do the... Oh, I got it. Just before the body disappeared. Did I do it over these ones?
I don't have a target.
Yes.
Just in time.
Alright. Gotta find some more. Some more. Here we go. Bap. Bap. I kind of missed that one, but it's fine. Steal so much damage. It's great stuff.
Wonderful. Almost there.
Yep, this should bring us over, I think. Yeah, I got it. Oh, I didn't get the final. I still need a couple more. At least one, maybe. Bap. Bap. Alright, did that one... No. I still need a bit more. Do you still need a bit more?
It looks like, yeah.
Alright, there's one I just killed over here you can do.
Oh, I was following the wrong person.
Indeed.
Somehow. Okay, fully charged.
Okay, I still need like one more. Apparently I missed one that you got. Bam. Did that work for me?
Nice.
No, it did not. I did not make it to those ones. I made it to this one. There we go, fully charged. Alright, hop in. And then we just do the thingy here.
I am.
We release the souls from the staff. And release them from this
May the
unmortal
gentle sound
coil.
of bells follow you always, mortal.
Thank you. But if they followed me always, I think that would get a little annoying.
Indeed. Looks like Starlight is on her way home. Yay. Ever since she's been working till 6:30, I've been missing her like a lot. Let's see, flight path. That's what I was coming here for. Because that was 3 world quests, right? That finished your,
Yep.
Okay, I want to make sure I didn't miscount. I was like... And you can fly to Lysing Hold for me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you could before I left.
Come, Larian.
Larian Giga?
We will Larry fly. So peaceful.
Mm-hmm. Oops, that was the wrong one, but good enough. Ah, that's why my... Okay. was like, wait.
Oh, yeah. Tribute of the Ascended.
Indeed.
Ooh, Steward's first feather. And a vest? That's pretty much useless. A toy, which is always fun. And something else. Speak to Hafus.
I think I know who that is. I think this guy right here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's just right there.
Will you land, please? What? It doesn't want to land unless it wants to land, apparently. That's dumb.
Deposit anima into your sanctum's reservoir.
You seek me.
Show me the
I probably should do that as well. I don't think I've done that recently. Only 570. But I have over 33,000 to be fair. I just don't have a lot of redeemed souls, so I can't upgrade stuff a lot. Because that requires going into the Maw, and the Maw sucks. The Maw or Torghast, and they both suck.
Indeed. Increases your renown by 2. Speak to Soul Guide Dahlia in the Sanctum of Binding.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
I think I know exactly what quest this is without even looking it up. She could be like right here.
There she is.
Together we
Soul
rise.
Warden. I do seek guidance. Find Venari in the Maw.
So, Venari is gonna take a while. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
So we should probably not do that right now.
Yeah, her quest line takes a fair bit because it's basically you're just running around the Maw for a bit, which is tedious in the first place, but then you also have quests and killing enemies to do on top of that. So, definitely would recommend not doing that right now. Probably do that on Wednesday.
Okay.
Maybe we can get some stuff figured out before then about this whole thing. Maybe I'll take Wendril up until I have to talk to Venari as well. And then, because you have to talk to Venari no matter what covenant you choose. So that might be what I do. For now... Is there anything you want to do before we end the stream?
Nothing in particular that I can think of.
Yeah, because I know we want to talk about your rogue skills and stuff, but we can do that off stream probably, because that's going to take a little while. More than likely.
Yeah, probably not tonight.
Yeah. I don't know that there's anything I want to do. I'm making you dizzy.
No, I'm making myself dizzy by going in the opposite direction you're turning.
Oh gosh. Sounds awful. Well,
kind of fun actually.
I don't know. Like, yeah, the whole I really wanted to like play the story again with you, but apparently you just can't, which is really dumb.
That's really unfortunate.
I thought that was the whole point of, you know, Party Sync was to do quests again with your friends, but apparently not some quests. Or any quests, really. Seems
yeah,
like.
that's kind of ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I don't know. So yeah, what I'll probably do is I'll get Wendril to the point where he has to talk to Venari, and then we'll go from there. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything I want to do before I end the stream? I don't think so. I think most everything's kind of whack-yo.
Whack-yo?
I think once you get past the... I mean, this is what I hope, honestly. I don't I think this, and I hope this, I think once you get past the Covenant intro storyline... Hello, darling. Welcome home.
So Preston picked Bastion?
Yep. And so I'm hanging out with him on my Kyrian warrior.
Alright.
And
in
also...
this little putt-putt plane.
Yeah, and the little putt-putt plane that I unlocked thanks to you and Preston. Because this is the Recruit a Friend reward.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, we've been dealing with party sync or lack thereof. Because it doesn't let you do the intro storyline. Like, I was hoping it would let me do the intro storyline with Preston, but it unfortunately did not. So what he's got to do the Venari stuff next. So I'll probably take Wendril through the Ardenweald intro to be able to do the Venari stuff with him on Wednesday. And probably take you through stuff as well. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, so the Venari stuff isn't specific to Bastion.
Yeah. I was saying this earlier. Venari is literally every covenant you go to, you have to talk to Venari. Like it's just.
That's right.
She's great though. You'll love her.
She is great. And I'm really hoping that after the intro stuff, because you're technically in the covenant intro. After the intro, I really hope Party Sync might actually work and let me do the quest with you. Otherwise, this is just going to be tedious as all get out.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, because otherwise you're going to have to do some stuff alone, or I'm going to have to get another character through the...
Or another friend.
I mean, I might...
That's no fun.
I don't think I've taken my priest. Let me... Hang on. I'm going to log out real quick. I'm going to go to my priest. Oops. Should be out of character. Leave party. And get off of that. And then I'm going to log out real quick, and I'll be right back. So I think technically my priest has not done anything except the intro. The intro to Kyrian, the Kyrian storyline. So if I can't get Nethril to party sync and redo the quests with you, the whole quest line after the intro at the very least, I might take my healer, my priest, through it instead. He's only item level 243, but he's got his full set bonus, which is nice.
Only 243.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, okay, yeah. It looks like he's only done the second chapter of the Kyrian campaign. So I can take him through the campaign with you, if Nethril doesn't work. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. I think what I'll do though is I'll definitely get Wendril to the point where I can do the Venari stuff with you. Then I'll swap over to Nethril after the intro, which is after the second chapter by the looks of it. And then if it lets me, I will probably take Nethril, unless Starlight wants to tank, and then I'll just then I'll just take my priest through anyway with you, because he's my healer for Kyrian. I said Starlight, didn't I?
I don't know.
I think I'm tired, man. I just totally spaced on whether I used her real name or not. Oh man, okay, yeah, I think we gotta end the stream. I'm freaking tired.
It is kind of late.
Yeah, and I've just not been feeling great lately. But, yeah. Probably it doesn't help that I haven't been hydrating as I should be, because I don't have water.
Oh yeah. How is your ice?
It is slowly melting. I just got another drink after like an hour. I should probably...
That's the problem. You only get a sip every hour.
Yeah, I should probably be more... Oh, you logged out. Okay, that's fine. I should probably be more like on top of my water. No, it's fine. I was just gonna hop back on to my warrior. It's fine though. We can go ahead and end the stream here. Boop-a-doop-boop-boop-a-doo. Stream end. There we go. Alright. First off, if anyone has made it this far, thank you.
Good
you guys, yeah, you guys are the true heroes. Like, we have been through a lot of tedious stuff in the past hour and a half, 2 hours. Yes, hello, Dollar.
Hi.
So, again...
Especially the choosing a covenant part.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't too bad. At least we were talking through that whole thing. It's just this whole, like, hour and a half since you chose the covenant has been kind of... Hour and a half? Hour? No, because we got done with Revendreth at 8:30, and you chose at almost 9, so hour. So the last hour has been tedious, really, because, like, just dealing with WoW's sync and lack thereof.
Oh, yeah.
Not a good time.
Yeah, but at least I was able to do the world quest with you. Anyway, if you guys have made it this far in this video, if you've watched it all, holy cow, you are the true all-star. Thank you.
Amen to that.
Anyway, so thank you guys for watching. If you skipped over it, I don't blame you, but hopefully the parts you did watch were entertaining. And anyway, I've been your host, Eli the Fatigued, joined by the awesome Preston.
And you guys are awesome.
Indeed. And also, at the very end, my lovely wife, Starlight Violets.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you guys for watching. If you've enjoyed, so for Twitch, don't forget to follow if you've enjoyed any part of this. This has been really overall fun, I'd say. The last hour was kind of iffy, but I think this was really fun overall. Hanging out with Preston's always fun. So yeah, if you liked what you saw, don't forget to follow. You guys are awesome. Thank you, yes, you in the shirt, for watching, because it is thanks to viewers like you that this stream is made possible, that my content is made possible. My content is free, but anyone who chooses to support it is awesome. Speaking of, thank you, Preston, for being my current only patron supporter.
Obliged.
Alright, and then for future YouTube, if you've enjoyed any dimension of this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and or subscribe. It really does help support the channel a lot more than you know. The YouTube analytics are crazy, and I've definitely been seeing a lot of growth, so thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.